right, everybody, welcome to Versus Live here. I'm Corey Ballmeister.
I'm Ross Merriam.
All right, and don't forget we are sponsored and powered by Star City Games and Carnox Chairs. So if you want to be as comfy and as stylish as us, head over to carnox.com/SCG Tour. Pick up a chair for yourself. It'll be 10% off, thanks to us. And thanks to them, I guess.
But then it'll be nap time.
And then it will be for all of you. We'll be napping everyone across America.
That's way better than Hands Across America, Naps Across America.
Yeah,
that's what we need.
That's something I can get behind.
Yeah.
And another thing I can get behind is this really spicy Esper control deck, but definitely not a traditional take on an Esper control deck. One of the mad scientists out there, Andrew Cuneo, MPL player, all-around good guy, teammate of mine, built a spicy one. I saw this multiple times on the ladder. I actually lost to Shahar during the streamer event playing this. We had a crazy game. It is a Esper control deck that runs some of the classic hits like Teferi Time Reveler, Oath of Kaya, Kaya's Wrath, and 4 of all of them, by the way. 4 of every single one of our classic Esper control cards. But then we start to deviate a little bit. Without Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, we're forced to find other things. And Andrew really went into the toolbox to try to find a deck that is revolving around Dance of the Manse, a white-blue X spell that returns converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to play, and what we're trying to return is golden eggs and guild globes to get that value where you draw more cards, as well as have creatures coming back. It is relevant, but it's not the biggest way you win. You still win by just drawing a bunch of cards, controlling the game, getting a Wrath down, and then abusing the power of Doom Foretold. Doom Foretold, if you don't have a creature to sacrifice, I get to do a lot of things.
Non-land permanent.
Non-land permanent.
Yeah, so
okay.
All the eggs are fodder for that. They also help you fix your mana, so you can cast Kaya's Wrath on turn 4 with your basic islands.
Yes.
So I actually think the artifacts themselves fill certain holes in the deck, and then also develop these synergies that give you that missing card advantage from Teferi rotating. So really impressive stuff here.
It's really cool, and one person already self-proclaimed this the best deck in Standard. Normally, I would be completely dismissive, but it was Andre Strosky who very frequently builds and acknowledges when there is the best deck in Standard. Kethis, he's had a lot of other hits, so I'm really excited to play this. What shenanigans you got over there?
I am going to be ending here on a Simic food deck, but this is specifically with Feasting Troll King, a card that has drawn comparisons to Hogak. I've seen multiple people on Twitter go nuts over this. They think, these synergies are really powerful. You can power out the 7/6 Troll King really quickly.
Yeah.
And then you can recur it. The deck generates a ton of food with Witch's Oven, Giant Opportunity. Sometimes either generates food or just creates a big 7/7. And so it has some game against, removal because it can keep recurring its threats. And Witch's Oven ensures that your Troll King is never going to get, turned into an Elk by Oko and permanently set on the battlefield, or exiled by, Conclave Tribunal, something like that.
Okay.
So you can always go to the graveyard, come back. So that's a nice little thing to do. And then we've got Fae of Witches. Another great late game card, can help set up some of our synergies. You can find the Great Henge. You can find our sideboard copy of the Witch's Oven, along with some other good some goodies in there. This is a list that was tweeted out by Frank Moon, a Connecticut tournament grinder. Definitely a big deck brewer, so hopefully he won't steer me wrong in this last match because I got to win on the board.
So we got to battle the brewers here, huh? Because Andrew Cuneo, he's on Ultimate Genesis, on my pro team, and every single time we're like, we're all building really good decks, and then Andrew just comes in with something that we're all just like, whoa, and we're like, that's probably not good, and then we try and we're like, okay, it is good. You're a mad scientist.
You figured out something good. We did not.
Yeah.
Okay. The best part of this is we've named it Esper Doom, so I think that's a pretty cool deck name.
Esper Doom?
Yeah,
that is just a cool deck name. All right, so if we take a look at my Esper Doom hand. Oh, I'm going to be on the draw, so you're first, I guess.
And I have a hand that needs to draw some lands, but otherwise has a solid curve, so I am going to keep it.
Yeah, and this just looks fun. I really miss stuff like this and stuff like this. It's really given me positive flashbacks to last season, so let's do this.
I'm going to shock myself to 18.
I'm pumped.
And I'm going to play 1/1 Stonecoil Serpent.
Okay.
Reach, trample, protection for multicolor.
I have a lot of multicolored stuff. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, let's get the beatdowns on.
All right, got it. Damage.
18. I'm going to go to 16 for another Breeding Pool.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast an Emery, which is the reason I played the Serpent on turn 1.
Okay, makes sense.
Now we get to mill 4. hopefully hit an artifact. Something cool. Ooh, another Stonecoil Serpent and a Golden Egg.
And you can just play them. You can play X spells.
Yes.
Okay.
You just cast them.
Interesting.
You're up. So
All
we've set up some card advantage already. That's nice.
You've established the lock. I'm going to take 2, and I'm going to draw a card off a Golden Egg.
You're at 17.
All right, your turn.
Land here would be nice.
No land, please.
That's a land.
Dang it. I said no land.
So I think we just want to get Oko down.
Uh-oh.
And do I want to turn something in? So I could turn this into a 3/3, then it'd be a 4/4 attacking, which is kind of nice. It wouldn't be pro multicolored anymore, but at a 4/4, it'll still survive an Oath of Kaya.
Sure.
So I think I want to get some pressure down. So let's get this one in and attack you for 5.
Okay. That's
you to
pretty
12.
good. 12.
Pass the turn. So nice little aggressive start.
That was good. I'm impressed.
We got 5 power creatures and an Oko, a planeswalker down, and our Emery, which is our least impactful creature in terms of attacking, is threatening to generate some card advantage. So
yeah.
All 3 threats have have some problems.
But we're going to give you a flashback to last season and show you what Teferi's all about here.
So you're 10. Serpent will come back.
All right, and then it's going to be your turn.
And we definitely want to get that Teferi gone, so I will attack it with the Emery.
It's
the
dead.
serpent has protection for multicolored.
It
Not
was
when
an elk.
it's an elk.
Turned it into an elk.
Yeah, but it's targeted by a multicolored spell.
Oh, I can't turn it into an elk.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a point.
Okay,
It's protection,
okay.
not hexproof.
Makes sense, yeah.
In that case, then this should have just made a food token.
Yeah, this will be easy enough to back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say this made a food token. Do you want to bounce the Emery then?
Well, let's see. So if you
Yeah.
just made a food, you're going to attack for 2 still?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you.
Okay. So I gain 3.
2, yeah, gain 3.
Okay, so I go to 15, and then as far as my turn, I am going to just Oath instead.
Okay, so you're still shocking, going to 13.
Exactly.
And then you'll Oath this, go to 16.
Yep, and then I drew a card off Teferi, so I just won't draw a card next turn, and then we'll be all caught up on that.
Yeah,
yep.
perfect.
Good catch, chat.
Kind of surprised you wouldn't have just Oath anyway, just stop that card advantage, but.
Yeah, maybe it just would have been right. I wanted to protect my life total, but...
Okay, so.
Yeah, that would be kind of a busted combo. I guess they thought of that one. They thought of that one up at Wizards. Because that would just be attacking for 5 if you go turn 2 this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a lot going on here. And I think I have to just play into what you're going to have by making another food and making a 7/7 with Giant Opportunity. So it's going to get bounced with Teferi, but then I'll at least have the Serpent.
You may sacrifice 2 foods. Okay, gotcha.
2 foods, sacrifice.
You got a 7/7.
Yeah, so this will be our 7/7.
Okay.
And then we'll get in for 1.
All right, down to
You're at
15.
You can go.
All right, so I'm not going to draw since I drew off Teferi. But now it looks like I'm probably just going to play Teferi. That seems quite good. We'll bounce that. Now we'll draw. And then we'll play a Temple. And I'll keep that on top. Your turn. Oh, this is fun. This deck is fun.
Maybe that was bad. I think that was bad. So let's attack the Teferi.
Take 2.
Yeah, so 14 to 17.
Okay, I'm winning.
Yeah, the threat of Oko just making the foods into things is probably more relevant. Yeah,
Might be.
That was a bad play on my part. I should have just cast this that turn.
That's fair.
Now I did draw land 4 though, so I can cast Fae of Wishes or cast Granted,
Okay.
which I think is what I want to do. And
Sure.
let's see what I want to get. So if I can draw another land, Nissa would be sweet. Or like I want some sort of threat that'll generate an advantage. Like Great Henge would be good, but it's going to be hard to cast. Don't have a big creature.
Sure.
Ugin, I'm too far away from casting. So I think we'll just get Nissa and have that in our hand.
This seems pretty good.
And then pass the turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have just played Witch's Oven last turn. And then like if you bounce, you can't bounce the Serpent. And then if you you just plus to 5. That's a problem. Because
Yeah.
then I only have 4 power.
Yep.
So to deal with the Teferi that turn, I did need to do that. It's awkward.
Okay. Well, now Oko is becoming a problem. I really wanted to do this to kind of avoid 4 coming in at me. I could tick up on it. But now with Nissa threatening to come down next turn, I am in a bit of a scary spot here. So no matter what, we're going to Fabled Passage here. We'll get that. Now, what do we want to do with it? I think we just want to start with a egg, see what we draw. Not great.
5 in hand right now?
I have 6 in hand, yep. So now I think I just want to minimize the amount of damage that I would take here with just another Teferi. We're just going to bounce your food just to stop that from becoming a 3/3. And then we'll pass it to you. Not drawing exactly what we want right now, but still sitting okay.
So we'll definitely deal with the Teferi.
Okay, take 2.
Yep. I go to 12, you go to 19.
Yep. So this deck is really good at just gaining a lot of incidental life.
Let's make a food.
Okay.
Let's get this Witch's Oven down.
Okay.
I'm going to mill myself for 4 with Merfolk Secret Keeper.
Okay.
Venture Deeper.
And play an 0-4?
I am... all lands there is not great. I'm actually going to...
play a Fae.
I'm going to play the 1/4 fly.
Okay. Seems better.
And pass the turn.
All right. Untap. Ooh, that was kind of cool. All right. So now we have at least a plan here. And it's play another egg. And then we will play...
Got enough for quite the omelet.
Yeah, no kidding. Then we'll play a land, and I'll pass it to you.
Okay. Stuck on 4 lands here is not great.
Yeah, we like that.
I can make my food into an elk.
Okay.
Attack you for 5.
All right. Tagging for 5. I'll take that.
Brings you to 14.
14, yep.
And let's mill myself for 4.
Okay.
Still no Troll Kings. I don't think there's much use in casting these into a potential Kaya's Wrath. So I think I'll just pass the turn.
Okay.
I guess I want to play 1 because I want to get a food next turn for Oko. I don't want
Sure.
to sack the other ones. So I'll play 1 of them.
Okay. I will end step, then gain 6.
You go to 20.
All right. So 20 to 12. Untap. Ooh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. So do we want to play this tapped?
It's a 23 land deck on my side, and I've been pretty tight on mana all game. Something to look for. I don't know. There's not a ton to do with extra mana in this deck other than Fae of Wishes, but
now we're going to... It's not great with Witch's Oven. All right, we're just going to cast a Wishbone Talisman.
Yep.
Put 3 counters on that.
That's a scary one.
That is a scary one. And then I think we will just... put this into play tapped and say go.
On your end step, we'll sack this and get 2 food.
Okay.
I need more food tokens.
Ooh. Yeah, actually, I lied. I'm going to Legion's End just this food.
Milk. Okay.
Yeah.
You get to look at my hand. You know
Sure.
about the Nissa, also have another giant opportunity.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so that we can use this now. So I get 2 food because this is 4 toughness.
But they're not elks. Fifth land?
It's not a 5th land.
Okay.
So I'm expecting either Kaya's Wrath or Dance of the Manse next turn.
Dance of the Manse. Yep. Possibility that I could have either.
I will make one of these food into an elk. So
Okay.
we'll just have that there.
Sure.
And attack you for 5.
Okay. Here, I got an extra food for you.
Sure.
Okay.
Brings you
Take
to
5.
15.
15. Yep.
And I don't think there's a point in casting this. So I will... Do I want to cast this? Yeah, sure. I'll play the Secret Keeper.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
I will gain 3.
Brings you to 18.
18. Yep.
That's a sign that we're not dancing this turn unless it's in hand already.
Why would that be a sign I wasn't dancing?
Because if you need to wish for it, then you're mana short of casting it for X equals 6.
All right. So
Whereas you could have wished for it on end step, untap.
it's only during your turn for wish.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. So we are going to dance.
Okay, just had it rolled up.
Yep.
So you're at 16.
Yeah. 16. We're gonna put these 3 are gonna be 4/4s.
There are 4/4s.
Yep. So we'll put 4 on there. I'll draw 3 cards.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Okay. And then your turn.
Okay.
God, that card's insane.
Let's Witch's Oven. Get 2 more food over here.
Okay.
Just stuck on 4 lands.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot I can do. Definitely make an elk.
Okay.
So we're down to 2 food. Where is our elk placards over
There
here?
you go. Or you just got 2 of these as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they can't really attack now. And even making a 7/7 is not particularly good here. But it's all I can do. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's play Giant Opportunity.
Okay.
So this is another elk. And then a 7/7. And we'll play another Witch's Oven.
Okay.
And attack for 1 in the air.
All right, I'll take it. 15.
You can go.
Untap. Okay. Now we're going to have some fun. We're going to take 2. Go to 13. Now the 7/7 is big, and I really don't have anything to do about it. I'm gonna attack you with 2 4/4s.
So if you have Oath of Kaya and I block with a 7/7, it's gonna die. So I don't want to do that. I am at 12 though, so I can't be super gung ho about my life total. So I will double block 1 with the 2 elks.
Okay, kill 1. Take 4.
I go to 8.
Okay, and then I will sack to gain 3.
That's not good.
Go to 16. Then I will wish. You can have that. All right, and then I'll planar cleansing. I love that combo. It's so nice. Yeah, and for anybody who's wondering if the graphic is off, I 100% forgot to add the whole planar cleansing one, so that is one card that we added there, just because the interaction with Wishbone and Talisman and planar cleansing is awesome, because then you just don't get to wish for it, you know?
Yep. Cards in hand?
A lot. 6.
Okay, well, we did finally hit land 5, which is nice.
Yep.
So now we get to Nissa on an empty board.
Yep, pretty good.
So
And we got me at 16, right? So now to 13?
Yeah. Yep. So we'll animate an island. Pass the turn.
All right. So now we are going to... What are you at?
I'm at 8.
All right, well, that's no fun. Take 9. Dang it. I was going to do so much other cool stuff. I was going to Doom that, kill that, and then play Doom Foretold. I guess I would have been 1 short, but...
Nice Esper burn deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much less fun drawing the 3rd Oath, but...
Drew, what was it, 3 of my mill cards, but never hit the Feasting Troll King, which is really wet.
Yeah, that's what you need, right?
Those.
That's the whole plan.
So I wasn't able to generate a lot of pressure there, and you gained so much life with those eggs. And
yeah, and I mean, that was the problem I was facing when I just played against Shahar. I was playing an Izzet Phoenix deck, trying that that out. And I was gaining ground, and I was like, my board was getting better. And then all of a sudden, he's just like, end step, gain 9, sack all his 3 eggs, and then just dance, get them all back. And then that I had to like spend a turn dealing with them, which I did. And then I'm like, okay, the next turn I'm ready to kill you. And then he's just like, Kaya's Wrath, Doom Foretold, and then like, made a 2/2, drew card, gained 2 life.
Yeah.
Went to the supermarket. I don't know what all that card does, but
a card that is both netting you extra card advantage, 3 cards if you return 3 eggs, but then also they're 4/4s, so it forces the opponent to spend their next turn while you're tapped out, dealing with what you've done, and then you're guaranteeing yourself a turn to untap and wreak havoc with whatever cards you've drawn.
Exactly.
Really great there.
And just the combos, this deck has so many like different levels to it, right? Like you can like Wishbone, Claw, search up a Teferi, give you the Wishbone, Teferi, bring back Wishclaw. Like
it is Wishclaw.
Wishclaw, what did I say?
Wishbone.
Okay, sorry. Wish White Claws.
White Claw Talisman.
Yeah.
Can we get an altar of the talisman like clutching a White Claw?
Yeah, there are no laws when you're playing Wish Claws.
You can get anything you want. You didn't even have to give it to me.
Yeah.
You broke every law of the talisman.
Yeah. I think somebody already did that, by the way. I did see a meme with a White Claw in the Wish Claw's hand.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just going to get right back into game 2 here. 2 here. That makes sense, right? I'm going to be on the draw. Ross is on the play. Ooh, okay, that last card saved our hand. Look at this. Look at these hands, y'all. This is just fun. I got to make sure I have a certain basic land here. Pretty sure. Yeah, okay, perfect.
Okay, yeah, we're just 2 light on lands here, which is...
And we're going to keep, we have this to search for the island, even though it is quite awkward with some of the other cards in our hand. It's still fine. So let's take a question while we're waiting.
How big of an impact do you think the artifacts from Throne of Eldraine are going to have on this standard format?
There's a lot of cool artifact decks, like with gargoyles and stuff like that, but it just doesn't seem like the artifact enablers are enough. If you're counting like Wishclaw, even though it is a black card as an artifact, sure, that card's going to be good. But I would say minimum to none in standard would be my assumption, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
food's an artifact. Oko makes food, so you could go deep in saying that that's going to make an impact, because that will, but yeah.
I haven't been that impressed by the decks that are going too deep on the synergies, like the one I'm playing right now. This has received a lot of hype. I've been skeptical. I think it would have looked a lot better that game had I found a Troll King. But even then, I'm not sure that would have been enough.
Planar cleansing you, and it's,
Yeah, they know that deals with all the food left over, so even when I sacrifice it, I don't have the food necessary to return it.
I don't think there was a way you were winning that game. I just had so much gas. And I had more oaths and more eggs and to just gain more life.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to planar cleansing there. My board was equally as good as yours. I just had that much leeway that I was like, I might as well get all this stuff out of the way.
Let's start on a Witch's Oven.
Okay.
Send it over.
All right. We are going to... So that's not bad. Okay, so we're going to go like this. Scry. We don't need that yet, so we'll put that at the bottom. We're looking for lands. Your turn.
Okay. I, too, am looking for lands, so let's cast a Golden Egg into our card.
All right.
Pass the turn.
All right, well, it looks like we're in the Golden Egg mirror. The Golden Age of Magic, I think.
You're going to 18?
Yep, your turn. All right, we didn't draw what we wanted there, so our next turn is going to be a little awkward if we look at our hand. Yeah.
So, sack this for a blue.
Okay.
I guess I'll announce Emery. So this is an important thing to know. So I announce Emery.
Okay.
This card costs a blue because I have 2 artifacts, and I can activate a mana ability to pay for it. And so
sure,
it'll leave.
It's not KCI over here, but
so in case I guess I'm not drawing a card, but in case I had a goose to play this turn.
Costs 1 less. Yeah. Oh, you can do that.
Yeah, announce Emery.
Okay.
Used to be able to do this back in the day with Thoughtcast and Chromatic Sphere.
Cool.
It might be a little before your time.
You're fancy.
So we'll mill 4. We will hit nothing of consequence, but at least we're not drawing those giant opportunities that we don't need.
Sure.
And I will pass the turn.
All right. If we look at our hand, we're really hoping for a specific draw here. It would be so nice. Oops.
Is it Oath of Kaya?
I didn't have the land. I was looking for a land. Okay, so we're going to just play a Golden Egg, draw a card, and then play a Fabled Passage and pass to you.
I wonder if I was supposed to play this last turn as a 1/1 just to protect against Teferi.
Could be reasonable.
Such a weak use of the card. I'm going to make sure
I'll take one.
I'm going to make sure I'll get some value.
Sure.
Let's cast the egg. We're also just need a land.
Yeah.
Draw a card. And we bricked again. So you're up.
All right. So no point in having to search for passage now, because when we play our 4th land, it's going to be untapped. So we have all 3 drops that we want to cast. So we're going to do this. Scry ability on the stack. Sacrifice.
Excellent.
So that I can do a new scry here. We'll get that island. All right. And there's this. Now, in which way do we want to deal with Emery? I think we're safe to play this. So this resolves, then the scry happens. Or, no, I guess scry happens first, and then this resolves.
Can't cast a fairy in response to the scry.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep this. Why not?
Yeah, getting punished for not playing that 1/1 Stone Coil Serpent.
Yeah, who would have guessed?
And do I want...
Do you want to eat it? I guess I don't get to draw a card then.
I can eat it for a food and deny you a card. And then just untap and try to cast a 2/2 Serpent and hope that's good enough to deal with the Teferi. I will lose the Emery, but I also, I'm so light on lands, it's hard to use it. So I think I am going to throw it away for a food.
No cards for me. Your turn, buddy.
Awkward. That's actually... Oh, that's not awkward at all. That's actually excellent.
Okay.
So let's sack this and make a blue.
Okay.
And then cast an Oko and turn my food into an elk and attack the Teferi.
Seems great.
That seems perfect.
Seems great. Okay. Teferi's down.
So still awkward that I have all forests, but we'll live.
Yeah, you'll live.
Okay.
So we're going to start by Fabled Passaging for a swamp here. Gets a double spell. Oko is the biggest threat. So I want to kill that. Plain and simple. So I'm going to kill it, but we're going to start by Gilded Globe to make our opponent think we don't have the removal spell first. Then Murderous Rider.
So you'll take 2, go to 16.
And your turn.
And you have 5 in hand?
5 in hand, yep.
Jeez.
That's the nice thing about just your cards just replenishing themselves. So now we need to look for dances.
So attack for 3.
Okay, I'll go to 13.
And... yeah, I'm just going to play a 3/3 Serpent.
Okay.
And go for it. You're up.
Sounds great. All right. So now... So we can't really interact with the Serpent that well, unfortunately. So... well, we can't interact it with what we have, or with our multicolored cards, so I think we're just going to have to Kaya's Wrath here.
Sure.
Want to sack for food?
Yeah, I'll sack one of them.
Okay.
Leave
And
one
then
food.
just a hollowed fountain tap. Your turn. Hollowed fountain. Your turn. I like that we save our Emery decks that don't possibly work for match 3 at least every time. Yep. All
That's
right.
the turn.
Okay, so we're going to untap now. We get to start doing some things. Well, maybe not that many things, but we're going to start with Gilded Globe. All right, we're going to go with a Teferi.
Yep.
We'll bounce Gilded Globe, draw a card. And then we'll take 2, play a Gilded Globe.
So you're at 11.
11. Your turn. All right. Still 5 cards. This deck just constantly has 5 cards.
So, not a lot I can do. I guess I will just wish by making blue with my egg and get Nissa, which can hopefully deal with the...
With some stuff eventually. Still got Nissa in the deck?
Yep.
Got to side that one out.
Yeah. That one got put on the bottom at the beginning of the game, so we'll keep that one there. Get a Nissa and pass the turn.
All right. We're going to untap. We're going to draw. We're going to tick up for sure. We're going to go with a Gilded Globe. Gonna go with a Gilded Globe. And now Nissa is going to be a problem.
Well, that's good. I like hearing that at least.
Nissa is going to be an annoyance, I should say. So now we're just going to play this land tapped and say go.
Okay, well, let's play a Nissa.
Okay.
And try to attack this Teferi.
You will successfully attack it.
And then I guess I'll shock and play the Fae of Wishes itself. So I'm at 18.
Okay.
And you can go.
All right.
You're at 24.
When did I eat 2 foods?
Didn't you sack them for the...
I think you sacked them to something else.
These are eggs. I sacked them with those for mana.
Okay, so end step, I'm going to... All right, we are going to gain 3.
Brings you to 14.
14, yep.
Oh, Ross, another thing, the land has vigilance off the Nissa.
Yeah.
You didn't use it. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So now we're going to Wishbone
Yep.
and then Planar Cleansing.
So that's going to be a problem. Meant you just had an answer to it in your hand?
Well, it was a problem immediately. My Teferi was going to die.
So let's, I guess, gain 3 life.
Yep.
And there's no point in making food with the oven, so
Yeah, you get to keep your 3/3 at least.
I do get to keep that. So I gain 3 life, I go to 21.
Okay, and then it's going to be your turn.
Okay. Don't think attacking for 3 is better than playing a Feasting Troll King.
Well, it's Vigilance, so.
Gives it, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So
yeah.
attack for 3, then cast this.
Yep, 11.
So you're up.
All right, Trample, Vigilance, and then, okay, gotcha. So let's see what we can do about this. I've definitely got some goodies. 6. Okay. Well, I mean, we'll definitely just do this. For 6, we will...
Ross, you should have 3 food, too.
The food died to the cleansing.
Yep, Planar Cleansing.
Oh,
straight
when
off.
this enters. Sure,
Oh, yep. Okay, so all this stuff enters. I get tokens. They're all 4/4s.
You have to pay 7 if you want to get 7 things.
Oh, okay.
You might want to leave a mana up for the talisman. I don't know.
I don't know if I even necessarily care to... Oh, whatever. I'll just get 7.
7 things.
Yep.
Okay.
So I draw 6 cards.
Yep. And they're all 4/4s.
And they're all 4/4s. All right. And then we'll play a land tapped, and we'll say go, move to discard. There you go. Just that. That feels fair, right?
Just,
Yeah. Just 28 power.
just casually. Why not?
28 power, draw 6 cards. NBD. Can we get some A's for that play in chat, please? Just some solid A's. A's mixed with Ross's emote.
This deck looks insane in all caps.
Yeah. And just look at my hand. Like, at any point, we just feel like doing it again. We just start sacking more food. This deck is busted. Okay, maybe Abzan might have to move aside for me and have a little Esper fun. Yeah, Kunio was absolutely clowning people with this deck, and then Shahar picked it up, and he like didn't lose a match with it. You know, so this deck easily could be the real deal. If there's a control deck that can make it in this world, it's this, because it is proactive. It's a proactive control deck that attacks on such a weird angle, and just the planar cleansing Wishbone package I think is awesome.
I don't think I can beat the 8 mana, draw 6, make 7 4/4s.
You don't think so?
Card.
Huh. Well, to be fair, it was 9 mana, but
9 mana, sure.
yeah, it wasn't that good.
9 mana, draw 6 cards, make 7 4/4s, and have a demonic tutor available if you want that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go search for Teferi, bounce it, demonic tutor again.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm looking at all my cards. They just do nothing. The Troll King is quite good at grinding through just a bunch of removal, but this deck just goes so far over the top.
Its worst nightmare is still going to be Teferi, though. You know, that's what I think.
And in game 1, I milled 12 cards and hit one, so my deck didn't do anything. In this game, I didn't draw the mill card, so I had to cast this.
Yeah.
It was not very good.
So you want to pack it in? We'll play one more game just for the sake, if we got time?
Sure.
Just to basically test out the sweetness of this.
Every time I've looked at the card Giant Opportunity in my hand, I've just been like, why is this card in my deck?
Yeah.
Fae of Wishes, Fae of Wishes finding Nissa has felt like the only threatening thing I've ever done.
Pretty much,
It takes like 2 turns.
And honestly, I don't even think we're going to sideboard, because your sideboard doesn't matter. You know, I mean, I'm going to have some goods to bring in here, but I say we just play another game 1. What do you say, bud?
Yeah.
All right, since we're getting a little low on time. So how about that? Instead of sideboarding, we'll just answer some questions. Fire some questions at us, Rob.
Do you feel like this Esper deck just dies to the aggro decks, though?
To the aggro decks, I mean, there's definite possibility that that happens, but if we look, I'm playing 4 Oath of Kaya. That's good. I'm playing 4 Oath of Kaya, I'm playing 4 Kaya's Wrath, and then in the board I get access to more cheap removal, more cries. I think it's going to be similar how Esper smashed really fast aggressive decks at the end of the season last time with just, Basilica Bellhaunt. Obviously it's going to be different cards, but they just played a lot of incidental life gain, which Esper actually had a good matchup against Mono Red at the end of last season. And I think if you can build your deck in such a way where you do that, you just probably take out like Doom Foretold and you just give yourself a value egg deck with just Wrath of Gods and life gain removal,
And if you can handle their card advantage and deal with Experimental Frenzy, to get their creatures off the battlefield, which you have the tools to do, then you're not going to be vulnerable to just getting cheesed out by them drawing some burn spells off the top with your recurring eggs.
All right. So you're on the play this time?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, this hand is it does some things where we haven't been able to showcase all of our cards yet, so
this deck has felt like it is 2 lands light.
Yeah.
Most of the time when I play Bruise, the first thing I do is just add a land every time.
Yep.
And this deck is.
I think that's just a good lesson to do in Magic in general.
Yeah. Just
pick up a deck, add a land.
I wrote an entire article about why you should play more lands.
You just wrote
4 years ago.
You just wrote a 2-sentence article. When you pick up a new deck, add a land.
Just 3,000 words.
Yeah.
Lands are excellent.
Do I really need like 30 lands in my escape ship deck, though?
You might.
I mean, we're playing 28 now with Field of the Dead. See? Everybody had been playing 27. We got to 28. Now the deck's great.
I was playing 25 in my... I was playing 25 in my Abzan deck, and me and BBD and Brad were talking on our podcast, Bash Bros podcast. No, shameless plugging here. But we were talking about that, and he played 26 land, and he was just saying, wow, your deck is terrible. And I think he was right. He was right. 26 land is just the way to go.
Okay.
What did you take out for the planar cleansing?
Just 1 Wishbone. Or no, 1 Legion's End, and moved it to the sideboard. Okay.
Start on a breeding pool.
Your turn.
We have a functional hand.
All right.
You're going to make land drops. I will play a golden egg.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. And we're going to play this to... we'll just go like this. Your turn. No egg for us.
Let's play an Oko.
Okay.
Make this an Elk and mash you for 3.
Okay.
If you want to Teferi bounce it, I'll draw an extra card, so I'm not too concerned.
17.
You can go.
All right.
Our mana is great this game, so we don't have to worry about using the egg.
I'll oath that. Go to 20. Your turn.
That is also acceptable. Interesting. I think I just want to make sure this is big. I don't know what you have that's going to kill it other than Murderous Rider, which probably targets the Oko. So let's make a food.
Okay.
And play a 4/4 Stonecoil Serpent.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. Makes sense. All right. So now we're going to take 2.
You go to 18.
Actually, we don't have to take 2. We'll just do this.
You're at 20.
And play a Doom Foretold, and then it's your turn.
So this is the beginning of each player's upkeep. They sacrifice a non-land permanent.
Exactly.
And if they can't, a bunch of stuff happens.
Exactly. Yep.
In
It's
each
non-token
player's
as
upkeep,
well.
that player sacrifices
It is non-token?
non-land, non-token permanent.
Oh, sweet.
Christ.
Also, your Oko should be on 7, correct? Because
It should be, yep.
Yeah. If that player can't, they discard a card, they lose 2 life, you draw a card, you gain 2 life, you make a 2/2 knight with vigilance, and then you sacrifice 2.
I'm wondering what happens if I don't have it a permanent on my side, though. Do I?
Well, you end up having to
Oh,
sacrifice
I just have to
this.
sack Doom Foretold.
Yeah, the
That's
trigger
right.
won't
Yeah.
happen, but this will just
That's
get
right.
sacrificed. So what the?
What the? Card's good. Card's good, man.
This is horse something. I thought I could sacrifice tokens to it at least.
Yeah, no, thank God you can't.
No, instead the card is just busted.
Oko or the Serpent.
It's like I tapped out for it. I could have just played this. It would have been fine. Just the maximum punishment card.
Yeah, Doom Foretold is crazy. Do we have night tokens? We got morphs. That'll do. Perfect. Let's get that 4/4 out of here. Okay.
Make a food.
Okay.
Let's play Giant Opportunity. Sacrifice that food. Get a 7/7.
Okay.
And then we'll play Witch's Oven.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
That's pretty good. So you got a 7/7.
I have a 7/7 creature. And now you play your Teferi and destroy
So I
me.
have to sack this. I will take 2 and Kaya's Wrath.
Brings you to 18.
Yep. Probably want to make a food.
Yeah, I guess. So we'll make 2 food.
Okay. And then your turn.
Upkeep will sack the Witch's Oven.
That ends up being pretty good.
Yep. Ooh, that's interesting. So let's mill ourselves for 4.
Yep. And now I really wanted to
Those are bricks.
be able to get Oko off the battlefield with this, but it looks like it's just going to have to die. I really needed an egg.
We'll play that.
Yep.
Play a land. We'll turn one of these into an elk and attack you for 3 damage.
All right, 15.
So this is up to 10. And you can go.
All right, I just have to sack Doom Foretold. That didn't work out as well as I thought.
I mean, you got the serpent and the witch's oven out of it.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. All right, land go. Now we're flooding out a little bit here.
Let's turn Secret Keeper into an elk. I think it's less valuable than a food token.
Sure.
So attack for 6.
All right, down to 9.
9. I don't think I should play this. It would be significantly better against Oath of Kaya exactly. Or Teferi. It is much worse against another Kaya's Wrath or a Planar Cleansing. And I think I can beat the other things. And like you would have played an Oath of Kaya last turn or Teferi. You would have played both if you had them.
Okay.
I did have an elk.
All right. Well, you got a lot of damage coming in, so I don't think I can just allow you to hit me again. So we'll just Kaya's Wrath here.
Yep.
And Godless Shrine.
Also animating the Secret
Yep.
Keeper instead of the
That was
food.
very smart.
Yeah, keeps the token around.
Your turn.
Okay, let's make this into an elk. And
Okay.
attack for 3.
6.
And play a 7/7 serpent.
Okay.
You can go.
It seems good.
Another Kaya's Wrath.
Yep. Sure do, buddy. Sure do. Deck plays 4, man. Deck plays 4. All right, your turn. Our hand is okay. Not anything special.
Castle Garen Brig. and
Oh, that's the
make
green one. Okay.
food.
Yep.
You can go.
All right, we're at 6.
I just threw them in the graveyard.
Yeah. Ooh. That was good. All right, so we're going to start with Talisman. I'm going to do this, give you that.
So we're short of planar cleansing.
Yeah, we're definitely short. I'm going to bring that Wish Talisman back to my hand.
Okay, so just getting a free draw for 3 mana.
Free draw. Okay. Oh, that was okay as well. Now we'll just play this, and then your turn. That was a nice one. Wishclaw is sweet. Okay, becoming an elk.
So now we have to worry about you drawing with the Wishclaw. You have 3 in hand?
3.
You were at 6.
God, this deck is sick. This deck is so sick.
If I don't attack the Teferi, what are you going to find with the Wishclaw Talisman? If I attack you, then you have to deal with this. You could just find another Teferi, but then you still have to deal with this. But like any removal spell will do that. You could get Oath of Kaya. But the goal is to not let me Wishclaw. So I kind of think I have to force... I almost think I have to force Planar Cleansing.
Not a bad idea.
Really bad. And I do that by attacking you.
Down to 3.
And then casting an Emery.
Okay.
And milling 4. Pass the turn.
All right. So now we're for sure going to tick up. Oh, that was so good. All right. So now we are going to... I think I just want to... Yeah, it seems like the play. Yeah, it's double oath. Go to 9. I don't want to do anything with Talisman, and we'll say go.
And now I'm pretty dead. Make a food.
Okay.
You're up.
Oh, God. Now we get to do it. Okay, so we'll tick up. So we can do this, plus that. Okay. So this is kind of weird value, but we're going to Wishbone for another Teferi. With Teferi going to 3, it's kind of awkward to... yeah, we'll bounce that. Draw a card. And then we will cast Doom Foretold. And play a land, and it's your turn. This is just insane.
Yeah. Okay. We're done here.
All right. Yeah, I think that was going
I
to...
had a good chance of winning that game with the third Kai's Wrath.
It's odd I didn't have an egg yet at all. You know, just haven't drawn one. So Dance of the Mans is just did nothing. But wow, yeah, I guess we're getting a little close on time here, so we'll start to rack this up. But final thoughts here. This deck felt good. The Sultai deck felt good. Emery, once again, does not impress. Once Upon a Time, once again, is not impressing us.
You know, if this Esper deck gets popular, then like all the mid-range decks that I've found to be like pretty good and I have liked to get a lot more awkward. Like, how do you think that Sultai deck matches up against this deck? Probably not that well.
Probably not well, but how do you think a ramp deck matches up to this deck? Probably pretty well. And we'll have to see that somebody mentioned, like, how does red-black aggro with duress post-board match up against this? Might smash it. So, I mean, while this deck looks very good, I think there's definitely some work to be done to figure out how great it is. But overall, I think this is a good one. And thank you. Finally. Back over here where they belong.
We got some subs to thank here. We're pushing time.
Yep.
We do. Xander the Greatest for 3 months in a row. Krylor subscribed. Deathstroke JL. And iPhone 747 for 15 months. So thank you all of our subs.
Nice. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate that. Not even on September. They full priced it. That's that means a lot. That means a lot.
Let's take one question here. We have a little bit of time.
All right, so of the cards you played today, what was the most impressive of the ones you first played today?
I mean, just cards.
Yeah.
Cards, I would say Doom Foretold and Oko would be my top two, because Oko in that second deck was awesome. It's hard to have anything like really stand out and jump off the page of me as far as the red-black aggro deck, because all of the cards are just good and they're all just fine. Nothing explodes. But Oko felt unbelievable as always. Hard to deal with whenever you played it. And Doom Foretold, I think, really has a high ceiling. I thought you were going to be able to sacrifice food, and I was going to be like, this isn't going to be that good, but non-token.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of the decks I played felt particularly good.
Yeah.
The Gruul deck, like, it just didn't really come together. I think my draws with that deck weren't great. The Golgari deck, I think, has really awkward mana for an aggro deck and not a lot of removal, and its creatures are pretty easy to blank.
Yeah.
So that deck I just didn't think worked, even though the Great Henge is a good card.
Yeah.
Just wasn't a great shell for it. And I'm just not a fan of these like troll giant opportunity decks. We wanted to play one. I wanted to, give it its fair shake, but I've been skeptical of them from the beginning.
Yeah, same with the blue-black Emery deck I played on Tuesday. I really wanted to try, but it wasn't there.
Yeah, it just didn't come together. So I'm interested in playing good, efficient removal and powerful threats. Play your threats that sometimes synergize together when they work well, like Dreadhorde Invasion plus Oko. Both solid cards, and when they synergize well together. But the ones that you're just trying too hard with bad cards.
Yep, I agree. And honestly, if you guys want to check out more about this Esper Doom Foretold, or Esper Doom, which is probably the coolest deck name ever, head over to Andrew Cuneo's Twitter account. He's always posting obscure decks like this. He really loves building these kind of kooky things. So if you want to see more stuff like that, go over and check it out and tell him what a sicko he is. But that's about it for us. Yeah. I want to thank everybody for watching here at Versus Live. I want to thank Rob Shoes for just being the star of the show 24/7. And we will see you all next week to get us a little bit more prepared for SCG Philadelphia the coming weekend, and just play some more fun Throne of Eldraine cards. Go to Magic Arena and go play some Throne of Eldraine right now. We'll see you later.